All right, welcome in to the Not Move podcast, Titans Talk edition. I'm your host, Jimmy, and we got special guest, my man Michael, right here. We got to talk some Titans ball, some training camp. We go over a couple points I hit on in earlier chat, just getting his perspective because y'all kind of already heard what I'm feeling. But we do have some breaking news at a Titans training camp. If you didn't know, Traylon Burks, the man who we traded AJ Brown away for, that I still cry about sometimes. We He broke his collarbone. There was a chance he wasn't even going to make the roster, and now he's out indefinitely. Feel bad for the man, but I mean, we gotta move on, man. We gotta move on. I think we were gonna move on. We have a tough receiving core. We probably gonna bring 7 guys then, and I don't think he was gonna be one of the ones, but it is hard. It is hard to see him go out like that. Can't lie. How you feel about it, Michael? Speak
Yeah,
on
dude,
us.
I'm so over this Traylon Burks, whatever you want to call this. I've been over it for like the last 2 years. So I'm ready for him to go on somewhere that's not here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened, but
Right.
wish him better somewhere else. Another news coming out: L'Jarius Sneed. We know he was put on the PUP list, but the surgery he had brings good news because it was a cleanup surgery, and he said he's feeling better than has felt in a long time. So that's good news. I feel like we'll see him out soon. Him being a strength, like him coming back healthy, will strengthen up our secondary and put us right back where we were last year in the top defensive category.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely need him to get back to that the way he was when he was with Kansas City. That first year with us was kind of a bummer, but yeah, I got high hopes for him leading the defense, him and Jeffrey Simmons. So.
Yes, sir. Another key thing to take away from training camp is Femi Oladejo. He's running with the ones, which is interesting to see. And if we can get him at the edge position and we get him like firing in all cylinders, our edge rush won't be that bad. He's looking like he's making a good transition from college linebacker to back into the getting into the edge. He's better at stopping the run than getting sacks, is what I've heard. And honestly, with how our pressure is, that's not a bad thing because someone else will get to the ball. The way Jeffrey Simmons moves 3 people at once, some occasionally, and Tavondre Sweat, we already saw what he was last year. Didn't get enough people talking about him, but that's because we are a small market team. But I feel like with him, if he can show out, this defensive line will look nasty, just like we used to be. You know,
Yeah, my only concern with Femi though is he actually only played that position for like
one year,
10 games.
at
I mean, it wasn't
UCLA.
even a full season in college.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so that's my only concern with it. But I mean, he's a playmaker. I mean, if he gets the right training and gets under the wing of Big Jeff, those other guys on the line, I think he'll be a good piece. So
for sure, for sure. Uh, Kevin Winston Jr. was making plays out there. The third round draft pick. It's a miracle he slid to us. People were doubting him because had a partial tear in his ACL, but he would have been a first round pick had he been healthy, and uh he's showing that out in training camp, man. Him with Hooker, Money Hooker health. I think that's a great safety tandem. I mean, we have Xavier Woods, who we got from the Panthers. He's a solid player too. So our safety room's looking pretty deep. Honestly, it's probably the deepest position group we have besides receiver. At least it might be the deepest position group we have, but we know the talent of the players because some of
yeah,
those
for
rookies.
sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm this is big on Amani Hooker. He's got to. he's got to be one of those top dogs this year, which I think he will be. But yeah, man, Kevin, dude, I'm excited to watch him play. So excited to watch him play. He's a dog.
For sure. He was one of the better tackling safeties back in college, man. It was unfortunate what happened to him, but it was fortunate that he fell to us. So, and
Yeah,
he looks back in phenomenal shape. I knew he was fine when he ran that 40 at like he had a good 40 time. I knew he was looking healthy, and I feel like he'll be a great addition to this team.
yeah, yeah. Like you was saying, like it was a miracle he dropped to us. I'm so glad we picked him up. So
Someone I haven't heard about a lot at camp is this man Gunnar Helm, our new tight end. I haven't heard a lot about him, but what he did at Texas last year, I have high hopes. If you didn't know, he was the receiving yards. He broke the receiving yards and receptions record at Texas last year. He was Quinn Ewers' go-to guy. I know everyone's hyping up Matthew Golden, who went to the Packers, but this is the guy who caught the ball at Texas last year. And before that, he was a blocking tight end. He was the main blocking tight end at Texas the 2 years prior to that. So I feel like if we can mold Gunnar Helm, he can be one of the next premier tight ends. But I have not heard any news about him at camp, which it's kind of worrying. I'm kind of surprised about it. I thought he'd be popping heads, turning heads.
yeah, when it comes to that, like I'm not. I'm actually cool that it's not he's not being talked about a lot. Um, because I have a feeling that he's gonna come out whenever he plays. I have a feeling at some point during the season, him and Chig's gonna switch, and he's gonna take that role as starting tight end. Um, that's just a gut feeling I have, but I'm
Yeah,
kind of glad nobody's talking about him because I mean, when you think of tight ends for the Titans, are
we
you
got a
are
couple good ones in the past couple years, man. Delaney
yeah,
and to Johnu and to Chig himself, and now we got Gunner. We got a great roll of tight ends here recently,
yeah,
man. And this
yeah,
is Chig's contract year too, so
yeah.
we'll
It's a
see what.
it's a key position for us. We love to use our tight ends, so
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think Josh Wiley might be the tight end three, and they'll put Gunner at the tight end two. Honestly,
yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, I'm just so excited for football to be back. I'm ready to see how it goes in preseason. But yeah, I think at some point during the season, I think Gunner's gonna take over
yeah,
Jake's spot. So
I feel you. I feel you. And these guys, they bonded more as a team. Did you see what they were doing in training and OTAs and before that, where they were split into 8 different teams and they were competing constantly? It looks like more like they're. Uh, more of a family than a team. It's like the bond is there. Like last year, it felt like they were just a football team. This year, it feels like they're fighting for each other. They changed the whole like narrative around, and they want to get the taste out of their mouth of last. Well, they don't want to be get the taste out of their mouth of last year. They said they have that in the back of their heads, but they want that never to happen again. And them bonding over that, like I feel like it's strengthening the team. Everyone's looking like they're working hard. Everyone's competing at the highest level. It's good to see.
yeah, yeah. I also talking about the game, the teams that during OTAs.
Mhm.
Um, it was also different positions. Like
Oh
like
yeah,
all the
everyone was
wide
split up.
receivers were like split up. They weren't
Yeah,
with
yeah,
wide receivers. So that was a cool thing. I mean, there was offense with defense, and special teams was in there too. So yeah, that was a cool thing. I really ain't never seen nothing like that. But I like how that was like a bonding moment for the whole team. So
for sure, man. I even saw people speculating that one of Cam Ward's interceptions was on purpose because Cody Barton was on his team. I was like, man, if Cam's competing at the highest level, where he's throwing interceptions to get points in the OTA, I was like, that's crazy. That's a competitor right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Speaking of the man, that man, he said he had a mid first day. I mean, mid first day, he was like what 9 for 13, I think. So like,
yeah.
if just because there's no, I feel like he wants to score all the time, and I feel like since they weren't working that side of the field, he didn't score. That's why he's saying that. But I feel like he it was a good day for him. He just wants he's a competitor, man. He just wants to be in that end zone. He wants to win.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited for Cam Ward. I'd rather him go ahead and make the mistakes in training camp. That way he can fix it when the season comes around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A quarterback who doesn't throw picks in training camp means they're not taking the risks. He's testing what he can do, and I like that a lot. And the man that's picking him off, Cody Barton, the new linebacker, that he's going to be the new star linebacker because our linebacker room is pretty kind of weak, man. We got James Williams is taking the ones reps across from him. I have high hopes for James because he was a safety coming converting to linebacker, so he has the pass coverage there. I'm just worried worried we don't have another guy. You know what I mean? Like the depth is like it's him, it's James, and it's Cedric Gray, and then it's Otis Reese. So
Yep.
like we don't have like high caliber names right there, and that is a spot I worry about. But Cody Barton looks like he's playing his ass off, getting involved all the time, and it's good to see him. He's a 7 year vet in the NFL, so and we signed him for a 3 year deal, so he'll be a part of the new defense for a while. So it looks like he's showing out, and I like to see that.
Yeah. Linebackers definitely are our weakest link. Um, I was so thrilled when we picked up Cody Barton. I mean, when he was with Denver, dude was making plays all over the
Hmm.
field. So uh, I'm I really love that, and I expect big things out of Cedric Gray and Otis Reese. They made some good plays last year when they needed to. So I mean, they're definitely good. I'm not gonna say they're good, but I mean they're decent ones to come in there and hold their own.
Yeah, for sure. Cedric had a setback with his injury, but he was the green dot guy at North Carolina, so he has the mental facilities to be there. And James played the majority of the snaps last year, and he was doing decently well. Like our defense was the second uh, highest graded defense in yards allowed. Like we didn't let people move the ball on us that well, unless it was special teams against the Lions. But we don't have to talk about that game at all,
Right.
actually. But yeah, I like James. I think he'll be good if we can see Cedric make it out there. That's great. Improve the depth. You know, how
Yeah,
do you
that
see the? Oh, my fault. My fault.
oh no, you're good. That going back to that number two defense of yards allowed, I feel like that's kind of like a red flag. Not really a red flag, but oh, how do I say it? It's weird because I feel like the only reason that we were second in yards allowed was because our quarterbacks were throwing interceptions on our side of the field, giving other
Yeah,
teams
that is
like
true. That is true.
20 yards to go. I mean,
But I
that
mean,
definitely
think about it this way, right? We were on the field. That defense was on the field a majority of the time.
yep.
So like they're on the field 70% of the game probably. Like they barely got any rest because it was constantly three and out, three and out, three and out. And for them to only allow that many yards off second least yards, I feel like that's a green flag, honestly. But I could be wrong. I just use it as a stat to flex, honestly. And maybe I shouldn't do that, but it's something we're top five in, so I
Yeah,
was proud of it.
right. The only thing.
Yeah, well, we were the leading team in turnovers too. That's another stat we let in last year, but we're gonna be better, man.
Yeah,
We can't be worse. There's no way.
we're not gonna have nobody diving and throwing
No,
sidearms.
no surrender Cobra here, man. No memes. Cam Ward, if you go 1 month without being a meme, you're already better than Will Levis, man.
Right,
I'm saying. How you feel about the wide receiver position, man? How you feel? How you think that stacks up?
dude. That's my favorite position group right now. Favorite position
Okay.
group. Calvin
How
Ridley is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say how you think we split it up? Like you think the new guys will come in eventually take over Van Jefferson and Lockett spots like probably like week 6 maybe, or you think the vets hold on to it for a little longer? How you see the split up? Because I'm high on the rookies we got. Like the rookies we got, our rookie receivers are doing really well right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure. Obviously, Calvin Ridley's one, right?
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I was excited about the Van Jefferson and the Tyler Lockett. But yeah, I mean they'll be in there for a few weeks, and obviously we'll get the younger guys in and switched out, every now and then. But I think over time, I think by the end of the year, I'd say we probably keep Tyler Lockett out there because he's a veteran. He's
Hmm.
consistent. He knows what he's doing. He can catch. He can run. He makes all the plays. So I feel like Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett are pretty much a lock on starting. And then
Yeah,
I feel like we'll switch in Io Manor, and then we'll switch in DK. So and definitely Restrepo. He'll get in there too. So
yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I feel like with that receiving position where we have those vets, it's good to have the rookies too to learn from, not only learn from them, but like we're gonna have different packages for different receivers, different plays drawn up. So the diversity there is gonna help the offense out a lot.
yeah, for sure. Especially I have a feeling Io Manor is going to be a big key in our
He,
game
he,
against the
he can play
Jaguars.
any he can play slot, he can play the X, he can play the Z, he can play whichever role you want him to.
You know, and I kind of noticed I really didn't do much looking into his tape before the draft, but after the
Bro,
draft, I was looking
go
at.
watch that Colorado game of Iron Man, bro.
Yes.
He makes the Jaguars' hopes and dreams look pretty pathetic.
Yep.
That I mean, Travis Hunter. If you guys haven't seen, man had 12 receptions, 200 like 90 something yards. I think
Yeah,
200.
I think it was 294.
Yeah, almost 300, and he had a couple touchdowns to go with it. School record, by the way, and that was all on Travis Hunter. He
Yep.
head tapped him one of them. One of those touchdowns was a head tap.
Yeah, yeah, caught
So
it behind his head. Yep.
you
That
watch
was
out,
a
Jacksonville.
decent
I'm about tired
contact.
of hearing y'all's fans.
So
Nah, but for real, I feel like the division's wide open, honestly. Like Houston's good. Don't get me wrong. They have the best team in the South for sure. But their offensive line is still turnstiles. Like anyone can pass through. Like it's like Oprah Winfrey. You want to sack, you want to sack. I feel like their offensive line is not very good. They did get one guy, out of the draft. I can't remember where he's from, but he was a highly touted guy. That's who they spent their first round pick on. So he'll probably center the line. They lost Laramie Tunsil, who led the league in flag or penalties. So that's maybe upgrade, maybe not. I don't know. He was a locker room veteran, so we'll see how that plays out.
yeah, I mean that's a downgrade to me. Losing Anchor really. I mean I know he did get a lot of penalties last year, but he's still a vet and a very good one at that. So I think that
Yeah.
definitely took their O line down some. So
How do you see the division panning out, man? Because right now, how I see it, I think Houston wins, we get second, Jacksonville gets third, and I'm not buying any take. Like they're still saying Anthony Richardson is going to be as long as Anthony Richardson is the starting quarterback for the Colts, they will do nothing.
yep, yeah. I yeah, I think Houston has it on lock this year. We'll
Hmm.
be back. We'll be back next year.
Oh yeah,
Um,
oh yeah. Cam
but
figures out the league, man. Watch out.
definitely Houston. I don't think they win over. I don't think they win more than 11 games. I think that's their ceiling,
Yeah,
honestly. Um, and then yeah, I think we get two, and then it's a toss up between
3 and 4.
Jacksonville and
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. I mean, speaking of the division, you want to go over the schedule, man? We kind of got a rough start, bro. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie to
yeah, we
you.
do.
Two top five defenses or top 10 defenses. I don't know where you put the Rams. Definitely in the top 10. They got a top five defensive line for sure. Welcome to the NFL, Cam Ward going to Mile High. Oh
Right.
man,
I
uh,
mean, hey, the last time we won a Week 1 game was in Denver, so I
hey,
mean anything's possible.
anything's possible. And Cam's a competitor. He wants the best. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see. I'm excited to see how that VR train. I'm telling you, if Cam Ward is good, every quarterback will be on that VR stuff.
Yep.
It's that mental simulation. That's what's giving these guys this edge. That's why Jaden Daniels has been using that since his LSU days. And you saw how great he was. I've seen. other quarterbacks around the league started picking it up. Like the Browns are using it for Shador and Dylan. JJ McCarthy's been using it, and Jalen Milroe's using it in Seattle, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
But we ain't talking about them. We're talking about us, man.
right. They don't matter.
Uh, yeah. How you feel about the running back group, man? Tony Pollard, Tajay. We drafted Khalil Mullings. We brought in Jordan Mims. I think we cut Jordan Mims after we signed him, didn't we? I can't remember.
Nah, I think we still have him. I think we
No,
still.
oh yeah, we cut Coburn and
Yeah, Coburn.
We signed Jihad Ward,
Yeah,
a
but yeah,
linebacker. So
I'm high on the running back room. I mean, that's another group that I mean, playmakers. I mean, you
yeah.
got Tony Pollard. He's a vet. I mean, he can make plays absolutely whenever he wants to.
Hmm.
Um, I'm real high on Tajay Spears. I think this is a year he has a breakout season.
Yeah, if
Um,
he stays healthy, he can be a threat for real.
yeah, I mean, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but I see him and Tony Pollard as almost like David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs type. You know,
See, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would.
I mean,
Cause,
it is a little bit of a stretch. I'm not saying that they're as good as them, but I mean, that's definitely.
yeah, I
They're,
see what you're
they're,
going for. I see. You know what the David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs are what they're basing that off of, right? What we used to do back in the OG smash and dash.
oh yeah, yeah, Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, CJ and Wendell
Yeah, those are my boys.
for sure. CJ's how I got into football, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, mine was Cortland Finnegan. That's really who got me.
Bro, you want a guy to talk shit to you, bro. Cortland Finnegan. He embodies what getting your head tied in was. He was fighting everybody. He was always yakking at somebody trying to get in their head. It was he was a great tight end, or great fucking corner. I said tight end. I'm stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
he was.
think he'd
He
fit
was.
in on this defense, bro. You know how
Oh,
many shit talkers we got now? He, I
man, I
think
would love to see him and Jeffrey Simmons on the same field.
oh yeah, bro. We're gonna get under some people's skins, man, because Cam Ward's a shit talker. Jeffrey Simmons a shit talker. We know Snead's a shit talker, and that
Yep.
man Jarvis Brownlee, our rookie, he talks it too, man.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna get in people's heads, and whether that makes them mess up, hopefully,
For sure, for sure.
How you feel about the new stadium being built?
Man, I'm ready for him to get that thing built. Ready for it.
Yeah, they
I'm
said
listen.
2027. It's a year
I'm only
away.
gonna go to it one time. That's all I'm doing.
Really? You only going
One
to
time.
one game?
Nah,
Yeah.
I like to go to away games. I like to see other teams' cultures and stuff. So
Or I'm not gonna lie to you, walking across the bridge after a L, it's pretty tough. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah. Especially in those games against like the Bengals and the Ravens. Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I went when we played the Raiders for like you remember that years like 3 4 year stretch where we played the Raiders every single year.
Yep.
I was at every one of those games and we only won one of them. And coming across that bridge, hearing them scream Raider, it just ate me up inside. I swear down to you, man.
Yeah, mine was the Ravens and the Bengals. Those were my two that I just. Oh my god, couldn't
And
stand.
speaking of the AFC West, we got the AFC West this year. You know, we get to see the Chargers at home, and we get to see the. I think we played. Do we play the Chiefs at home? I think we do. We're gonna
Let's see,
get
Denver's away. The
Denver's away and Oakland's Vegas is
yeah,
away. So
yeah. So
yeah,
it'd be
so Chargers and Chiefs at home.
yeah,
Chargers are beatable. I can see. I like Jim Harbaugh and what he's doing, but I have faith in my boys. Denard Wilson's a solid defensive coach. I think our defense is going to be right up there in the conversation again.
yeah. Chargers are one of those teams where they could come out and score 50, or they could come out and score three.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
just never know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. How you feel about the O-line revamp? We got Dan Moore. Everyone says Dan Moore sucks, but I was like, well, does he suck, or was Russell Wilson and Justin Fields holding the ball too long in Pittsburgh? Man, I don't know. And then we got Zeitler. We got Lloyd Cushenberry coming back. I hope he's healthy by the start of the season. He's a
Yeah,
big piece. We got J.C. Latham looking like a dog. You seen those
yeah,
pictures, man? Bro cut 30 pounds, man, looks jacked, man, shredded. And then we
ready to
got
talk people over.
oh yeah, and then we got Skronsky who's had a quiet year. He's underrated for I mean, we drafted him high and he didn't put up like a stellar rookie season, but he was a solid guy. And moving him to guard, I feel like he's been solid. He's been nothing crazy. Was he worth a top five pick? Yet to be seen, but like I'm not mad at his performance. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Now, I am real high on this offensive line. Um, the only question mark is Dan Moore, right? How is he
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
play? If he can be consistent, then this offensive line will do great because
Facts.
you
I
got
feel
you
you.
got Latham going back to his original spot, so
Hmm.
he knows how to play it. You got Skoronsky, another dude, right there in the middle, dude. He's a beast. And then you got I don't know how to say his last name. The dude from Detroit, Zeitler. Is that how you say it?
Kevin Zeitler on the right guard. Yeah,
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 another one, dude. I think he's one of the top guards in the NFL.
yeah.
He's definitely like top five for me. So, and then Lloyd Cushenberry, just another guy up front that can
Big dude,
roll
big
people
guy,
over.
man.
So I mean, if Dan Moore can be consistent, I don't see our offensive line failing at all.
Yeah, this
As
is
long as
probably
they
one of
all
the
stay
better
healthy,
lines
that's
we've had.
that's the main problem.
Yeah, this reminds me of one of the better lines we've had. Like back in the day, we had Lawan, Stoffel, and Ben Jones. This is probably I would put this up there with them if Daymore can perform.
Yeah, if Dan Moore can just be consistent and everybody else plays the way that they can play, I mean, I'd take it back a few years before that where we had, Michael Ruse and all those guys back in like
Hmm.
2008.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel
So
you. I feel you. Uh, but one thing we have to talk about is Mr. Callahan, man. How you feeling on the coach? How you feeling on what's your opinions on the head coach, the man
I'm
behind the wheel?
I'm good. I'm good with him. I mean, I feel like last year. I mean, if we didn't have Will Levis just turning balls over, I mean,
Hmm.
you got to think we were in third and long so many times,
Hmm.
and as a head coach, right? Like I'm not gonna look at Will Levis and be like, okay, 3rd and 16. I have faith in you to go convert this. No, that's why we were running it on third and long, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
getting plays that way we could get field position.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I love Bill. I love Bill Callahan. Brian Callahan. I love Bill Callahan too. But
Yeah, yeah. I'm a
I,
bigger
I
fan
have
of Bill than I am Brian, honestly.
yeah, yeah. I have faith in Brian. I mean, he's proved that he can do it when he was in Cincinnati.
See, here's my thing with Brian Callahan, right? They call him this QB whisperer because he's worked with Peyton Manning, Matthew Stafford, all these great quarterbacks, Joe Burrow. But he gets Will Levis, and everyone's like, "Oh, Will Levis!" And Will Levis had that great game against Atlanta, and his first time out threw 4 touchdowns. I was like, "Oh, maybe there's a chance." And then he didn't do great the rest of the season. He threw 4 more touchdowns the entire way, and then I think he had 4 interceptions, 8 interceptions. I don't know. It wasn't very good after that one game, but
No, it wasn't.
Callahan told me during that last offseason, oh, we're gonna make Will this guy, and then Will become a meme every week. And I don't know whether to blame Callahan. I don't because like, listen, I wasn't really high on Will Levis coming out of Kentucky anyway, because Kentucky was a run first team, and he couldn't even win the starting job over that Sean something at Penn State. That's why he transferred to Kentucky. So I wasn't high on Will Levis to begin with. And then, but this man Callahan, he was talking Will Levis up, and it was bad. It was very so. And then he said we want to throw the ball, but we actually I think our splits was like 56% pass, 48% run. So we're throwing the ball, but we were also losing a lot of those games. Like we led the league in being down in the first quarter, and we're up there at least. So I don't know. He used Will Levis as a scapegoat to keep his job. They brought in Mike Orgonzi, got Rand Carthon fired, which I don't know if I agree with that because I was liking Rand's moves. Like with what Rand did with our defense in 1 year, bro, all those moves he made, I was like, dang. And then we just kind of let him go. We blamed Will Levis, but I mean, if this is Cam is Callahan's uh, savior right now. If Cam is good, then Callahan's job safe. But if this team doesn't show any improvement, man, I think Callie's gone.
Yeah, I think he is too. I'm not big on the bringing somebody in and then letting them go a year later, especially
Hmm.
if they're in one of those leadership positions like head coach, GM,
Facts.
whatever role that they're in. I was real upset when we let go of Rand Carthon because he was only here a year. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't come in unless you're Andy Reid and just flip a team like that, right? I mean that you got to have time. You can't just do it in a year. I don't care who you are, unless you're Andy Reid. Andy
Yeah.
Reid probably can, but
Yeah, man. I knew Rand was gone though when I saw the Mike Vrabel interview where they're like, we need he or I knew Mike was gone whenever Mike, did you see that interview? Mike Vrabel said we need a manager for the general manager, and I was talking about Rand, and then Mike Vrabel was fired within the month. It was bad, and then we brought in Callahan for Rand, and then we played it. The thing is though, our problem is we never bring in a general manager with a head coach at the same time, and that is a big problem because they're both like the top positions at the organization, right? They're in charge of the ship. They're in charge of the roster. And if they can't agree on some stuff, like if they're like, hey, if they're not in sync, then the ship fails.
yep.
So we've yet to do that. I like what Orgonzi's done. Orgonzi's made some great moves. I thought we had one of the best drafts we've had in a while with Orgonzi. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the Mike Vrabel, John Robinson era, I mean,
Yeah.
we bring in a head coach 1 year, then we bring in a GM the next year.
That's how we ruined Mariota, man. We had a
Yeah,
coaching carousel and we ruined Mariota. And it was so sad.
yeah, that was a terrible stretch right there.
But
That
we were
Cam was
still
the Hunt
we
era.
we pushed, man. We pushed for playoffs 1 year. I was like, bro, we have potential, and then we
Yep,
just the coaching carousel killed us,
yep, for
and
sure.
it killed him. And it's I love seeing Mariota play on like good on the Commanders or whatever, but it does hurt me inside. I'm like, damn, you could have been that because he still is one of the only quarterbacks to throw a pass to himself and score a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah,
That was crazy. He's
yeah,
he's probably one of my Titans like all time favorite Titans of all time, is Mariota.
yeah. That was I don't know if you listen to any like radio stations in Nashville. Um, but there's a group, they're called 3HL. I listen to them all the time, and they were talking about how back when we had Mariota, he wouldn't push the envelope, right? Because they were talking about the Cody Barton interception, and
Hmm.
that Mariota wouldn't push the envelope. So when he wasn't like making like forcing trying to make plays in training camp and learn from them,
Hmm.
like Cam Ward is doing right now. That way, when he got to the regular season and he would like do turnovers and all that, he wasn't learning from it.
Mm,
So
I guess yeah, I guess you.
that's why I'm really big on Cam right now because he's forcing the plays
Yeah, yeah, yes.
in training camp and he's learning from it.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback and you're not throwing interceptions in training camp, I don't know what to do, man. Because this is the time to throw picks to see what you can do, to see what you can't do. That's how I've always looked at it, at least.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of off topic with the Titans, but I mean Aaron Rodgers. I mean his first play was an interception, right?
Yeah,
I
I did
mean
see that.
he's gonna be fine when this regular season comes around. I mean
Yeah,
make your turnovers in training camp, and learn from them and fix them.
Yeah, I feel you. It's like the. Did you see the dog? I'm not gonna talk about that. Let me talk the Titans football.
Right.
Speaking of which, who would you put as your like top five Titans all time? You know, or your favorite, not all time. I would say your favorite Titans, your top five favorite Titans. Who would you?
Are you talking about Titans or Oilers and Titans?
Oilers and Titans. I mean, the
Oilers and Titans.
franchise is ours. You know,
Right.
Houston can cry all they want about the jerseys, but they didn't want
But
to
I mean,
build Bud a new stadium, so he left you asses.
right. Okay. Oilers and Titans all time.
Or your favorite. It don't have to be like the best players. It's your favorite players.
Okay. To me, I gotta put Derrick Henry.
Hmm.
Derrick Henry's up there. Obviously, Cortland Finnegan was that. I mean, he was the whole reason I started watching football.
I
So
feel you.
him, Nate Washington.
Oh, great pick.
I
Never
was
had
I was
he goes
huge
to
Nate
bat for
Washington fan.
Jake Locker so much, and I'm like, Nate, bro, Jake was mid, but you were good. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so let's see. Chris Johnson, obviously, a
Yeah,
dog, and then let me get somebody on defense. I know a lot of people will say Javon Curse, but I'm going Michael Griffin.
oh, say I like that pick. I like that pick. People forget, man. That man was a dog. That was an all time Titan for real.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Titans to watch. CJ's probably one. I like Mariota. It's personal bias because I'm Polynesian a little bit. Yeah, I know you can't tell in my pale ass skin, but you know, I loved Mariota and what he did. Honestly, Cam Wembley, defensive end, he was a dog we had for a little bit. I got a signed poster of his. That's pretty cool. He was I wore the same number as him. That's kind of why I got my number in
Okay.
football for him. That was cool. I liked him a lot. Finney's up there, and then probably Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan made like offensive linemen like able to speak, you know. And I was like, That's cool." He wasn't afraid to talk, even though
No, he
he was
wasn't.
wrong.
He was one of those. He talked trash straight to your face and not care.
Facts, facts. I'm a big fan of Taylor's. All right, man. Well, I guess we'll keep you updated if anything crazy goes on at training camp. We'll see uh, how we look. We'll probably get another one in before the season starts, maybe. Or, maybe if we go on a hot streak. We got a hard opening month, right? So we got the Broncos and the Rams, and then we got the Colts, and then we got the Texans. If we can get out of that 2-2, I feel like we'll be making noise. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, yeah. Um, man, those first two games. I mean, that's a tough way to start out for camp.
Hey, welcome to
But
the NFL, Cam Ward. You're gonna have to learn fast.
right, right. But I'm actually kind of glad that we have the start that we're gonna have, or the games that we're gonna have. Get the
Yeah.
harder ones out of the way. That way, later on in the season, we can go
Oh,
on
yeah.
rolls.
Bro, after the bye week, we have a like month of home games that are very winnable.
Yeah, four straight home games. So
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get on a roll at the end of the season, when
We
I
can
mean,
push for the wild card. I still think we can push for the wild card, man.
yeah,
I,
yeah. If
I
we
know
if
I
we
know
can
that
win,
might be a little biased, but man, listen, believe in Cam like I do and like
yeah,
Michael does.
yeah. If we can get six out of the last nine games, um, we'll be good. So
Yeah, because like our first before the bye, we got the Rams, Broncos, Colts, Texans. Then we go to Arizona, to Vegas, and then what is it after that? I can't remember who's week 8 and week 9. I know the Chargers are week 9 or week 9. Yeah,
yeah, I don't have the schedule in front of me,
I
so
don't got the schedule in front of me. I just know I know who we play. I just don't know what the order is. I
yeah,
know we get a freebie though because we get the Saints, man.
right.
Start
Well,
and
really, two freebies. We got the Browns and the Saints, but
Well, here's the thing: the Browns' defense is good, but hopefully by that time they'll have Shador at quarterback, so everyone can do the. Will actually get recognized. It's like, oh look, the Titans, Cam Ward versus Shador. They'll have a storyline. That's the only. Well, there's two storyline games. Oh, that was the Week 8 game. The Patriots. We play the Patriots. Mike
That
Vrabel returns back to Nashville, and I
I
hope
think
we smash their skull in.
I think that game is actually going to be one of our tougher games.
Bro, they improved so much on their defense, and people aren't talking about it, and that's kind of scary.
I mean, they
Uh,
got Harold Landry.
yeah, they got Harold Landry, they got Spillane from Vegas, they got they got some other key pieces on their defense. Man, they were one of the highest teams spending wise during the offseason in acquisitions. Mike Vrabel's trying to turn around that team and turn around it fast.
Yeah, and he will. He
Yeah,
will.
I think that's going to be a dog fight between us. Honestly, I
Yeah,
don't see much. If Cam something, I have more faith in our receivers than I have in their receivers. I don't know.
yeah,
That
for
might be a little
sure.
biased, but I feel like that one's going to be a dog fight.
No, I mean you're right. I mean, really, the only one I can think of that New England has is they got Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, they
Uh,
got that Kyle Williams kid who looks good. That was one of their rookies. He looks good. I'm not gonna lie,
I
but
mean,
it's
other than that, I don't, I
I
can't
don't
tell
know
you who
what they
plays
I don't know
receiver
what
for
they
them.
got. Yeah, I know they got Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, which is a solid two backs they got in the backfield. But and Drake May came to Nashville last year. He pulled off a crazy ass pass, but besides that, we was kind of controlling the game, and
Yep,
that was one of our three wins was against the Patriots. So
yep.
if Cali figured it out once, he can do it again. Hopefully.
Right, right.
All right, I think that. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you feeling that's people
Oh,
people aren't talking about enough about our team? I know we get the least amount of media coverage. It seems no one really cares about us.
and that really just irks
It,
my
it
nerves.
the only thing I hear, bro. Here's what I hear. No one is talking about Cam Ward. Well, whose fault is that?
Right. I mean,
Like
out of the last however many quarterbacks that have went number one overall,
the least talked about, bro.
he is the least talked about, and the only reason is because he's on the Titans. Only reason.
Yeah,
Only
and
reason.
Shador fell so far, and Travis Hunter who's the Heisman, went to Jacksonville. He's Travis Hunter's getting more coverage than us. The Jacksonville Jaguars, like, really? Come on, dude.
Yeah, I actually think he's going to be a bust, but that's for a different day. But
I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think they're just going to overwork the kid, and the kid's just going to. The NFL being playing an NFL game is like getting in multiple car crashes a day, and like
right.
you're going to play both sides of the ball. I'm just worried about the kid's health, and I wish nothing but the best for him. Even though he's on an opposing team, I wish injury on nobody. But like, bro, I don't know how that's going to work for you, dog.
Yeah, yeah. It's not going to be good. So
Yeah, I will say the Colts defensive line is pretty scary. DeForest Buckner is back. Leatu Latu, he was a dog last year. And Tyler Ward, the Colts, if the Colts have a competent quarterback, which I mean, Danny Dimes was good at one point in time with a good offensive line. I won't say good; he was average. They could be sneaky. I feel like the Colts and Jags will be fighting for that 3-4 spot. Maybe I don't know.
yeah, I mean, the thing about Indianapolis is if they've always had that defensive line, that good defensive line.
Yeah,
I mean, they've had that all the way back since Dwight Freeney. You know,
yeah,
uh,
and Peyton Manning days.
so I mean, and they're a scrappy team. So I mean, they'll go in and they'll fight with the best of them. So
Yeah, and they might do it for Ursay, man. Ursay passed,
oh
so
yeah, sure with that.
they got motivation.
Yep.
But we'll come back to you with more Titans news whenever something pops off. I'm sure we'll hear about it before you do because no one cares about us except us. But eventually, y'all will care about us once we show everybody. I think that'll do it. Not moved out. Appreciate you, Mike.
All right, appreciate it. See y'all.